So, dear respected Thai, dear respected teacher, and dear community, good morning. So today we are the May 18, 2025, and we are in the Assembly of Stars Meditation Hall in the Dharma Nectar Temple, commonly called Lower Hamlet. So, as many of you are new, we have 3 Hamlets. In fact, we have Upper Hamlet and Lower Hamlet and New Hamlet, but they have different names. Like New Hamlet is a Loving Kindness Temple. Here is a Dharma Nectar Temple, and then Upper Hamlet is a Dharma Cloud Temple. Yeah, so it's very beautiful names. And this hall is not the big hall, but is the Assembly of Stars meditation hall. So today, and then one thing I forgot, the line I forgot, I don't know if I said it in the listening to the bell, is listening to the bell, I feel my afflictions begin to dissolve, my mind become calm, my body relax, and a smile is born upon my lips. I think I forgot this little part, is to smile. So today I wanted to explore with you about love. How to love. What is love? And, what is true love? And our teacher often took the example saying that our heart is as small as a peanut. Peanut, very small. So how can we make our heart expand? And so we will explore together today what are the elements, what can we do to make our hearts become as wide as the ocean. And so there is 4 elements which are called the 4 immeasurable minds. So it's how to develop our hearts so it can be as vast as the ocean and as deep and embracing as Mother Earth. If we look at Mother Earth, how much love that she has. And so it's a love without boundaries. It's always open and can include everything, you see. And it never stops opening. So sometimes we may feel, oh, that's it, I arrive. No, it's like, that's why I say, immeasurable. Immeasurable minds. So the mind of love, the mind of love. How we do that? And there is a nice quote of Roomie that I like very much. It's a Sufi poet, and he says, "Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it." So in fact, love is, but we built, we built barriers. And we can see in our society today so much barriers and separation, that we separate from everything, from Mother Earth, from people next to us, from ourselves. So it's how to, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. So we'll explore how we do that. And there is one beautiful practice, and when I encounter the Buddha's teaching and the way that our teacher presents the teaching is how to cultivate our garden. And here you came to happily working into the happy farm. I mean, not working, I say more play and enjoy being with the earth and cultivate the garden, our garden here, and as that we will enjoy in few weeks. Everything you planted, you will plant this week. In few weeks, few months, ourselves we will enjoy, our body will enjoy it very much. Maybe our tongue too, and give us a lot of happiness. So is how do we tend to our inner garden? Because inside of us, we all have an inner garden. So how we do that? So is I am sure yesterday some friends in my Dharma sharing group were sharing how they enjoy composting, working with a compost. And so it's like, and the person really observed with curiosity what was in the compost, all the little animals and the compost. So is the same for ourselves, is how do we observe our inner garden, but with curiosity, not with, oh no, I don't want to see, but with curiosity, oh, very interesting, what is there inside? And so we observe how the vegetables, the fruits, how everything grows. So we observe nature, and we decide, what do I want to plant in my garden? Or what do I want to see grow? You see, if we want some pumpkins, then we plant seeds of pumpkin, and then we take care. How would we take care? But maybe we planted some seeds of zucchini, and then we see the zucchini growing, but we say, no, I want pumpkin. And then we don't take care of or maybe we don't. We planted, but all the seeds are there in our garden, so like that. But if there is a zucchini are growing, but we don't, because we took care of the zucchini, but we didn't take care of the pumpkin. But we wanted to have some pumpkin, and then we're not happy because it's the zucchini which is growing, but not the pumpkin. A pumpkin, for often they grow without us taking care of them. So, but true love starts by loving ourselves. How do we love ourselves? Do you ask yourself the question, do I love myself? Do you ask this question to you? Ask this question to yourself, or maybe ask a friend to ask you this question. Myself is one day, one of my elder sisters, she asked me, do you love yourself? And I said, no. It came just like that. And it was like, ooh. So what, it's like some part of us don't like some other part of ourselves. So how do I learn to love myself? And true love starts by loving ourselves, and at least smile to ourselves. So is to offer ourselves a smile. When we look at ourselves in the mirror, and then we can smile to ourselves. But when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we can see all our ancestors in the mirror in front of us. You see, like generation and generation of ancestors who are looking. Your eyes are looking in your eyes in the mirror, but it's not only your eyes, it's the eyes of all generations of ancestors. So when we see like that, we want to smile. And the same when we meet someone and we look at the person in the eyes and we smile, and we can recognize in the person all the generation of ancestors within them. It's a very, each person contains immense garden, a whole world. So it's easy to smile to nature, to the trees, to the cats, to the birds, to all the animals. and it's to smile to the new day. So I don't know if Sister Samadhi yesterday, she spoke about this little poem that we like to recite in the morning when we get up. Here is like waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours before me. I have a hole in my head now. 24 brand new hours before me. I vow to live them in mindfulness, live completely present for this moment, and to look at the world with the eyes of compassion. So it's how do, but in this world, what I look is we are included. You include yourself. It's not, oh, I look at the world, at the people around me, at the whole world with the eyes of compassion, but I'm not included. This is so to look at ourselves with the eyes of compassion. So there is another sentence that from someone else that inspired me very much, is Joanna Macy. Is a lot of you know Joanna Macy? Yes? Okay, good. So she says, you don't need to do everything. Do what calls your heart. Effective action comes from love. It is unstoppable. We will never be able to build what we have not first cherished in our heart. So what we cherish in our heart, then we will be able to build and to do. So I repeat, you don't need to do everything. Do what calls your heart. Effective action comes from love. It is unstoppable. We will never be able to build what we have not first cherished in our heart. So for us, true love has four aspects that we say. And so it is like 4 aspects, 4 seeds, 4 potentials which are there within each one of us. So it is how to make these 4 aspects grow and to understand more and more, like for them to how to water them so they can bloom like beautiful flowers. So it's 4 aspects. The first one is metta, which means loving kindness. Metta is loving kindness. So we have a mind of loving kindness, yeah. And then the mind of compassion, karuna, compassion. And then the mind of joy, mudita. If we don't have joy, it's very difficult to love. If we don't have compassion, true compassion, it's difficult to love. If we don't have kindness, difficult to love. And the 4th one is equanimity, upeksha, is a mind of non-discrimination. So we can see our Mother Earth, if you look at Mother Earth, how much kindness that she has for us, how much compassion, how much joy she gives us, and how much equanimity, non-discrimination, includes everyone. And there is a sentence too that I like, is, we don't know anything until we experience it. We don't know anything until we experience it. So we may think we know, but it's up there. It's really only when you experience in every cell of your body that you will know. Otherwise, it just stay up there. So it's how to come down. And like when you come for happy farming, I don't know what made you choose to come, but I know that when we are in contact with the earth, then we really go, we touch, it's like we go in contact with our body, and it's an experience, because you you touch and smell and see, observe. So is our observe Earth, and observe Earth, planet Earth, or Mother Earth, or Gaia, or Panchamama. You can, how we observe her and how we can see how Earth loves us. And our Earth holds us, gives us, care for us every second of our life without question. She doesn't question. She just loves us and care for us and offer all this beauty, you see, all this beauty around us. Always giving to all life, but not just for us human beings. Mother Earth is giving to all beings, even the tiniest little animal. So, and loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity is not only nonce. You understand? Okay. Sometimes I ask you because my French accent, my word can. But they are verbs, you see. That means that the qualities that must be embodied and lived. We need to live loving kindness. We need to live compassion. We need to live joy and equanimity. Not just, okay, this name like that. So it's not abstract concept, but actions that must be practiced daily in our daily life. So they are in form of seeds. And I will draw a little, draw a little something. So it's a very tiny Buddhist psychology for you. So I will draw, and it's just a model. So it's not to grasp and think, okay, this is truth. It's just a model, but it's very wonderful to understand how our mind function. How do we function? To really understand, because you say understanding is love, love is understanding. If we understand ourselves, others, Mother Earth, if we look at everything, our Mother Earth function, a rhythm, then we can understand a lot, much more than. So. No, looks a little bit like an apple. If we look at the beautiful, on the calligraphy, the beautiful drawing for our teacher, the circle like that. Well, mine is, it's okay. So we call is a model of the eight consciousness. Okay? So in ourself is what we call in the Buddhist psychology, this is a store consciousness. And here the mind consciousness. And then here we have the different eyes consciousness, the nose consciousness, the ear consciousness, the tongue, and the body. It means the touch. So, and here there is this is a 7 consciousness, which called manas, but I will not go to here today. So in our store consciousness, in our garden, we have all kind of seeds, every seed. And so when we say that we plant, in fact, they are already there. So all kind of seeds. But today we are looking for these 4 immeasurable minds, these 4 potential. So, yeah, we listen to Abel. So we can come back to our breathing, smile to ourselves. Do you remember the four quality I just said? Can you say to make sure you're awake? What's the first one? Loving kindness. Yeah. So this is a seed here. Okay. So it's loving kindness here. And then compassion. Yeah. And then joy, yeah. And another one, equanimity. Wow, you know everything, huh? Very good. So for sure there is many other seeds there, huh? Mindfulness, anger, jealousy, hatred, violence, peace, yeah. Love, everything, all the different seeds are there. So through all our senses, then we're going to water these seeds. So, and through our thinking process, we're going to water these seeds. So the 5, 6 consciousness, and they will go through manas. So they are going to be watered and touched. And then, as we water them more and more, like a flower, then they will grow more. So when they are touched, like we touch the seed of kindness, someone do a kind gesture towards us, or we do towards someone, then the seed of kindness just come up into our mind. So we'll be here, the flower of loving kindness here. And the more, the more there is, we water these seeds, the more it will flourish in our minds. And we will have a mind of kindness. And the same, you see, for compassion or joy and equanimity. So in our garden, that's why it's so important to be aware, to have the awareness of what am I watering in myself. So if we spend 5, 6, 7 hours looking at news, then we're going to water probably not the seed of kindness, but the seed of despair, loneliness, violence, stress. So we'll get stressed. So it's really, which do I want to have a mind of love, of true love, or what do I water? What do I choose to water in myself? So this is just a little drawing. So, and these seeds are within us. It's not something that we're going to get. Okay, I'm going to get it from Sister Kungyo. She has compassion, I'm going to get it from her. But it's more, for example, if I observe and I look, at my sister and I see her doing a kind gesture towards someone or towards myself, then it's going to, I will receive. And if I am aware of that, then it will water. I will increase the drop of water who will water my seeds of kindness. You see. But maybe it will be water without me realizing it, but it may take more time. So it's just to know more I water, but it's to know the dose too. If we water too much, sometimes the plants, they don't like it too. So it's like how to know how to water this, because sometimes if we, anyway, I don't want to get. Okay. So I just want to, there is a cartoon which is a bit funny, just to make you hopefully laugh a little bit. It's a cartoon of a woman and her husband, and they are in the living room, and they are talking, and the husband is saying, if I ever get into a vegetative state, please unplug me. If I get into a vegetative state, please unplug me. And the woman, she goes to the TV plug and she plugs it out. But now maybe we don't use so much TV, but maybe, this is difficult to unplug because it became part of our body. It became part, so it's how do we unplug that? You see? So it's something, because sometimes I tell to the people, but, try not to be so much, because we get really hooked, kidnapped by this. And they say, oh, but I need it to, because my to wake up, it's my alarm. But, there is this, which still exists. You see? And even now we have, I see a lot of my sister or brother, they have watch, this watch, and they check, their health, their breath. This amazed me because you can feel it. You don't need a watch to tell you. But it's like we get hooked, to this. Do we really need that? But anyway, myself, I turn off my phone, or you can put it in another room and just use an alarm clock. Then we don't. Then, because if it's there too easy, it will kidnap us, So it's just to make it simpler. We don't have things like that. So we are not really, is how to be truly present, how to be truly there, true presence for ourselves, for people around us, for Mother Earth. And so Mother Earth, the Earth, she's always there. She doesn't say, oh no, I'm too busy. So it's how to come home. And we spoke, I have arrived, I am home. How to come home to our body, to the present moment. Opening the curtains to the present moment. And to relax. And I know there is some people from Ireland here. Is a few people from Ireland? You can raise your hands. Yeah, there is few. Sister Gina went there too. There is a poet that I like very much. Is John O'Donoghue. Do you know John O'Donoghue? And he said, our bodies know that they belong. Our bodies know that they belong. It is our minds that make our lives so homeless. It is our mind that makes our lives so homeless. So our mind are taking us to the past, to the future, or to the worry of the present moment, and so we are not really here and now. Here and now. So it's like we lost our home. So loving kindness, let's explore this loving kindness, or to water it. So we can ask the question, am I kind to myself? Am I kind to myself? You see, when maybe we have some thinking who are saying, you do something and it's not really what, maybe it's not very nice what you do, or you feel you don't know what to do, and there is a voice in your head who say, oh, you're stupid, or you're not enough, or you're not beautiful, or you're not enough this or that. So is it kind? Maybe not so kind. So it's to be aware. So how can I be kind to others if I'm not kind to myself? So it's like, you see, because it's a immeasurable mind, so maybe we feel, I'm able to be kind with other people, but maybe not yet towards ourselves. So it's I'm kind, and it's wonderful, and to be slowly to learn to be kind to ourselves and to love ourselves. So can I just accept myself as I am? Can you accept yourself as you are? So maybe it's just to use this metta meditation on love, and saying, may I accept myself as I am in this moment. In this moment, maybe I'm not doing too well, and I feel, so it's okay. At this moment, it will change, because everything changes, nothing is fixed. So it's there is different causes and conditions who makes us feel the way we feel. If we see a lot of, if we look today at everything which is happening in the world, you see, then it brings a lot of despair and sadness and suffering and in ourselves. So then we recognize the sadness and saying, okay, here there is sadness, and it's to recognize, acknowledge, I'm feeling sad. And so, I know in the world so many people are killed or suffer, or so much violence. So difficult. And so and then we can nurture ourselves and embrace and let what's happening in us circulate. And then, you see, it's an action of kindness and love, which will not paralyze us, and then we will be able to do an action, to act. And so, to welcome our vulnerable parts, and to listen to ourselves. How to listen to my difficulty, suffering. So there is in loving kindness a Sanskrit name, Maitri. But in Maitri there is a word Mitra, which means spiritual friends. So it's how to be friend to ourselves and a friend to others. So, and when we have a friend, a very good friend, then we can feel that the friend understands us. We feel understood. So it's the same for ourselves. It's when we are friends with ourselves, then we feel we understand ourselves more and more. Then and a friend, throughout the years, we can understand ourselves more. Then it grows. You see, the friendship grows, the kindness grows. So, and we can see Mother Earth's kindness towards us. And I don't know if here, so I now want to say a sentence of Thai. You see, Thai, our teacher, says, "The earth is our mother, nourishing and protecting us in every moment, giving us air to breathe, fresh water to drink, food to eat, and healing herbs to cure us when we are sick." That's what when we read the love letter to Mother Earth this morning, was saying that. So, and I don't know how many of you in this room are engineer or scientist. Engineer, did I say properly the word engineers? Yeah, there is a few. And engineer, yeah. You say like that? Engineer, yeah, okay. Anyway, or scientist. There is something, maybe some of you know, or maybe all of you know, but myself, I discovered that more and more, that's biomimicry. You know what it is? Biomimicry? Yeah. It's a process of designing new technology that are inspired by plants and animals on planet Earth. We listen to a sound of the bell, yeah. So often I give the example of the Velcro. You know what Velcro is? You know, the thing that stick like that. So I don't know if you know how it was discovered. Yeah, I see some of you know how it was discovered. And so it was discovered by an engineer. An engineer who just walking in the field, and then he saw that some plants, were sticking on his clothes, and were hooked. And he had his dog, and his dog too has little things. And I don't know if it happened to you, but I know here sometimes I walk, and then things are stick on my socks or pants, and so and then he observed. And then he discovered, that some of the plants, they have little hook, And then he observed deeply how it was done. And then he invented what we call Velcro, And so there is, if you look at how a plane came about, how do we started to fly? What do you think? What they observe? What they learn? From which animal? Birds. They observe big birds, small birds, tiny birds, and then they discover how the birds fly, what gives them the capacity to fly. Then planes were invented and discovered, and they continue to discover by studying more and more, like tiny birds, fishing birds or something like that. They plunge in the water. They are tiny, but they have a long beak, and they go very fast in water without almost no impact on the water. So they are discovering that to make, very fast train, and when maybe they make a sound when they go inside a tunnel or outside of tunnel, and then by observing how the bird is doing, they are able to invent and to find, because the nature does it, everything, to understand and do. It's biomimicry. It's like all this discovery, you see. And then too, if they look, you see, in our different Hamlet, we have lotus ponds with lotus leaf and lotus flower. And when you observe the lotus leaves, so they observe lotus leaf, and you see the water, it doesn't penetrate the leaves, it stays, because the dirt is removed from the water, and then up the dirt can come out of the leaves. So by observing the lotus leaf is made of, then they invented the water repellent material. You see, it's not the human brain who finds. You see, it's like we're part of the earth is it is. And so we're discovering something which is there. Everything, Mother Earth, everything. So they're observing more and more and doing more and more new technology and finding incredible things, like trees are communicating between each other. I mean, animals, you see, like there is the owls, and here we can hear the owls at night. I love that, or early morning, I love that listening. And then the owls, they can see in almost complete darkness, and they are able to fly at fast speeds without making a sound. And spiders, maybe the spiders, they can spin webs that are several times stronger than steel of the same size. You see, sometimes we find, if you look, often we look a lot of spider webs, and if you observe, it's kind of amazing. You see, when you observe like that, what it does, for me, it waters my seed of love and wonder. Wow, it's amazing. And then my love for Mother Earth grows, and then my gratitude. So it's just. And I have another little story for you. I don't know if you know Nasruddin, Mullah Nasruddin. He's a Sufi sage, but a bit crazy at the same time. So this is a little story for you. I was speaking of pumpkins before, and I did it. So Nasruddin was resting under the shade of a tall and luscious walnut tree. Luscious. You said luscious? As he sat daydreaming, he noticed huge pumpkins growing on delicate vines snaking across the ground. You know, the pumpkin, they grow like that, but on the ground. Then he looked up and squinted to see the tiny walnuts growing on the magnificent tree. So he saw the pumpkin big on the ground, and then the walnut very tiny on the top of the tree. And he said, "How strange Mother Nature is," he thought, "to make pumpkins grow on spindly vines, while little walnuts have their own impressive tree." You know, why this little had a big tree and a big pumpkin on the ground? John, you see? Okay, continue. Just then, a walnut fell from above, and landed with a tuck on Mullah Nasruddin's head. Tuck. So the mullah rubbed his sore head, picked up the fallen walnut, and looked high towards the branches of the tree. You know, he looked, and then he looked over thankfully at the swollen pumpkins growing safely on the ground. And he said, "Oh, Mother Nature, you are wise." So it's our kind, you see, Mother Earth, you know. Right? She chose, you know, just small. Anyway, we listen to a sound of the bell. So how can we make the seed of kindness grow within us? So here we practice walking meditation, So it's like we invite you to slow down, to really be in touch with the earth, with each of one of our steps. So when we walk and we have mindful step, then it's a different energy that we offer to the earth, to the world, and a different energy that we offer to ourselves too. So it's a very simple gesture of kindness, just to step, like we're embracing the earth. And then she embraces us. So it's like really, from morning to evening when we walk, it's just to have this kindness, this love toward the earth, and this will nurture and water our seed of kindness simply by the way we walk. So instead of walking like that, we bring some gentleness, softness, and it's the same like with our hands. Like we open a door or a window, or we open the door, close the door. We go, or we go, gently, and then the way we do, it's like it showed, it will water the seed of kindness to bring some awareness. Very simple gesture. We pick up a cup of tea, we drink a cup of tea. It's the same as how to have kindness. So, and to do that is like, it's good to slow down. If we too fast, then it's more difficult to. But as we go, you see, mindfulness doesn't mean to be slow, but it means to be aware of. So we're aware of maybe we are agitated. So maybe our movement will be very agitated. So it's just to be aware and slowing down. It will help. And then we enjoy, I enjoy slowing down, going slower, but sometimes I enjoy being faster too. So, and the gesture of kindness, it's very simple too in the daily life. You go to a store, a grocery store, you can offer a smile or say a few words. If there is someone at the cashier now at the store, now there is machine. You can smile at the machine, but it's nice, to. Or if you are in a queue, and maybe you can let the person behind you who seems to be agitated and in hurry. Maybe you let them pass. It's a simple gesture of kindness. And so you can do too. Sometimes you can pay for the person behind you. You give extra money, saying, "Okay, you can." It's like that. It's or you visit a nursing home. People often are very lonely in the nursing home. They don't have family coming to visit them. Maybe you go and visit. It's very simple. Or you put a surprise note on someone's desk. And for us, sometimes I found, a little cookie or some chocolate or a little flower or a little gentle notes on my table or my bed, a table next to my bed. And it makes me, I find it's a gesture of kindness. But sometimes it's like we have the practice too, that if we are upset with one of our sister, then we are encouraged to try to put a little gift on the desk. So sometimes I ask myself, oh, did I make someone angry? Or it's just a gesture of kindness. But it's good anyway. It's a gesture of kindness because then, like that, we know. Okay, it's very nice. So you can reach out to spend time with some family member or friend or a neighbor who experience loneliness, or you know that the person is going through difficult time. So maybe you offer your presence, just a presence. And maybe something very simple too is a smile or say hello to someone that maybe your paths cross all the time, and but you never really look at them. So maybe just to smile, or you meet someone in the street, and a lot of people are homeless too in the street, and often people kind of ignore them. So maybe you just look at them, and they feel recognized as a human being, and offer a smile and a few words. Very simple. So we can act so many acts of kindness, which will water and make the seed. So we have a mind of kindness, a mind of love. So, it's already to go faster. The second aspect of true love is compassion, karuna. So is intention and the capacity to relieve suffering and transform suffering and lighten sorrows. So is how to develop and the compassion in ourselves. So it's like really to have compassion towards ourselves and for others. And the practice of deep listening, to really listen. Often we listen to our voice in our head who are telling us this or that, but to truly listen, you see, for someone, because we have perceptions. We think we know what the other person is going through, or we know, but in fact we don't know. So it's to really listen to understand. So it's learn how to listen, and to be able to listen to is to slow down and to come back to our breathing. If we come back to our breathing, and we come back and we say, oh, my mind is agitated, or there is some despair coming, and we listen. What's happening? What's happening in my body? What's happening for the other person? So he said that compassion is a fresh water, the fresh water that helps healing and growth. So it's like our perception of, and most of the time we say, in the Buddhist psychology, the Buddha was saying it's about 95, 96, 98, 99% of our perception are wrong. So most of the thing we perceive is not what we think it is. So he's always, our teacher has wrote a calligraphy saying, are you sure? Am I sure? So it's always to ask ourselves, am I sure what I'm thinking about this or that, or this person, or this? Am I sure? Probably. So it's like to observe with curiosity. This is like before, like we didn't know so much about, the native in the different land, the people who were really in contact with Earth, they really understood Earth, but we lost that quite a bit. So we don't. I forgot what I wanted to say. Anyway, sorry. It's about perceptions, yeah. So you see, it's because there is this opening in our mind. So people start like observing, or Mother Earth, observing. So not stopping with a perception that, oh, I know, I am a human being. I know, and you don't know. They say, but by observing, by saying, oh, am I sure what I see? And then we're discovering more and more what nature, what Earth is offering to us, is giving us. And she has all the answer. But So am I sure? So one compassionate word, one compassionate action, one compassionate thought can reduce another person's suffering and bring him joy, bring her joy. So when we have compassion in our heart, so every thought, word, and deed can bring about a miracle. So if we have compassion in our heart, so how to make this seed? And often we think that we have to do a lot, but to offer our true presence. Simple, we are there, not busy, like we are like that. I'm here for you. Yeah, I'm here for you. Yeah, I'm here for you. What are you saying? But in fact, we're not really there. Even for ourselves, sometimes something happens, we feel despair or whatever is happening in us, a lot of suffering, and then we distract ourselves because it's too much. So we distract ourselves and we're not really there for us, for ourselves, so for others. And often it's simply to tell ourselves, Sister Nghiem, my name, you feel sad today or you feel heavy. So it's really, okay, it's to have to hug. Like this morning, there is a beautiful tree by a stream that I like to go. And then I hug the tree and I say, what do you want to tell me? So you see, and I felt the love of the tree. And so it's like that, and feeling comforted and feel loved. And so there is a writer, probably that you know, called Ernest Hemingway. Do you know Ernest Hemingway? Yeah, okay. So, and what he wrote, and it's really what is about true presence, and how it can bring a lot of comfort and to help a person and to help ourselves in dark moments. So he writes, in our darkest moments, we don't need solutions or advice. What we yearn for is simply human connection, a quiet presence, a gentle touch. These small gestures are the anchors that hold us steady when life feels like too much. Please don't try to fix me. Don't take on my pain or push away my shadows. Just sit beside me as I work through my own inner storms. Be the steady hand I can reach for as I find my way. My pain is mine to carry, my battles mine to face. But your presence reminds me I am not alone in this vast, sometimes frightening world. It is a quiet reminder that I'm worthy of love, even when I feel broken. So, in those dark hours when I lose my way, will you just be here? Not as a rescuer, but as a companion. Hold my hand until the dawn arrives, helping me remember my strengths. Your silent support is the most precious gift you can give. It's a love that helps me remember who am I, even when I forget. And I would like to that we do a small guided meditation about compassion, and It's like a metta meditation on love. So you can sit comfortably. You may want to close your eyes if you want. And then so bring to mind someone close to you whom you dearly love. So you can picture them and feel your natural caring for them. So you picture, you bring to mind someone close to you that you dearly love. So notice how kindly you hold them. And then let yourself be aware of their struggles and fears, their suffering, the suffering in their life, as in all human life. And feel how your heart naturally opens to wish them well, to extend comfort, to acknowledge their pain and meet it with compassion. And as you picture them inwardly, recite these phrases. May you be held in compassion. May your pain and sorrow be eased. May you be at peace. So you can continue reciting this a number of times, all the while holding them in your heart, and let the feeling of compassion grow. May you be held in compassion. May your pain and sorrow be eased. May you be at peace. Now offer this same compassion to yourself. Hold your fears and troubles, suffering and pain in compassion. If you wish, you can put your hand on your heart. May I hold myself in compassion. May my pain and sorrow be eased. May I be at peace. May I hold myself in compassion. May my pain and sorrow be eased. May I be at peace. And then you can extend this compassion to others you know, and further to the suffering of your friends, your neighbors, your community. And gradually you can extend your compassion to all who suffer, to difficult people, to all beings. Sense your tender-hearted connection with all life and its creatures. Breathing in, I feel the tender places inside me. Breathing out, I offer care and understanding. May you be free from suffering. May you find peace May you know you are not alone. Thank you, dear friend. Thank you. So this metta meditation, there is many different sentences and form of metta meditation, but it's something very powerful because we can bring to mind, you see, our friends, people close to us, ourselves, and send this loving kindness meditation, this love, this compassion. And this energy, it goes very far. So, and then it will change our mind, then our mind will transform into a mind of love, of true love. And I was telling you the example of the Velcro, and why often I use it is because you have the Velcro who stick, and then the other side who don't stick, or like you have the the pan. I forgot the word. The pan of things when you put something, it just slides. Teflon. That's correct. Yeah. But anyway, for the Velcro, one part sticks, one part doesn't stick like that. So our mind is like that, and because of past generation, where our mind is attracted to what is not going well around us in the world. So it sticks, and that's what our mind always goes, what's not well. So we blame always for everything because we are, it's our survival instinct. So, and this stick, and then the joy, this other aspect, the joy, the beauty, the wonder, this mind of curiosity, of openness, then we see, oh, beautiful moon. Okay, we do something else. Oh, beautiful rainbow. Oh, we do something else. But it's how to stop and breathe the beauty, breathe this moment, breathe this joy. We breathe it in. We really, it becomes an experience. And then we nourish. So it's to reverse, like this one. Okay, we're going to make in our mind everything. It's like you look at the nature. Wow. Then we stop, and then it will change what we bring to our mind. It will be so. It's our choice. What do I want to water? Oh, we can switch. Okay, I'm going to use more the sticky part, make all these plants who stick to our clothes. So the joy, so how to cultivate joy. So this mudita is cultivate joy for ourselves and to see the joy of other people, watering our own seed of joy. So to be joyful when someone has a lot of joy and happiness in their life. And Roomie, another from this poet, Roomie. When you go to a garden, do you look at thorns or flowers? So when you go to the happy farm, or you go to the beautiful flower garden, what do you look at? At thorns or flowers? Don't know? And so he said, spend more time with roses and jasmine. Spend more time with roses and jasmine. So it's often we look at, oh, this is not well, this is not well, this is not clean, this is not this and this. You see, so it's how to look to what is going well. And so the media, and if we're too much on this, often everything is wrong. and it's like, oh, oh. So there is a lot of things happening in the world. People do extraordinary things. So many people are so kind, so compassionate, and so is to open. And then when we get in contact, it really inspires. If it gives us fire to help all this place where there is such suffering. But if we let ourselves be watered, our seed of suffering, we won't be able to act, because we will act with anger and not, or with, we will respond with violence instead of responding with peace, and have much more capacity to embrace what's happening. So it's how to relearn happiness and come back in touch with our own pure heart. So it's to take a moment to breathe, to pause when we feel something has been hurt in us, and then to give some space for ourselves, and to invite the joy. Like for myself, at one moment of my life, so I lost my mother, and slowly I lost my joy. I was very busy, and then I was, maybe going a little in a depression. And even if I was meditating and doing things that I like, and then at one point I recognized in myself why I don't feel joy. You see, before I became a nun, I was married and I have a daughter. And I was looking at her, having joy with her friends, and then I was seeing the joy, the feeling of joy was not in me anymore. I mean, it was not coming up. And then I recognized, I said, oh, something, and I felt, I listened to myself saying, what do I need? What do I need truly inside? What was my need? And so I felt, even I was already living in a spiritual community, and I felt, oh, I'm too busy, too many things, I need some silence. I need to move out, to really care for myself. So I went to a silent retreat, even if the place where I live, we meditated and I had silence, but I needed to move away, like you coming here and you're moving away from your life, to give yourself a time to really be with yourself. And that's what I did, and in the silence, and then was in a beautiful nature, and just, lying outside, taking the time to just enjoy doing nothing. You see, just sitting, meditation, silence, and then outside. And then I could touch again, the joy coming back naturally. It's just the nature, just water, the silence. And then the feeling of joy came back. And then to put myself in condition of not reading on these things which were difficult, because at this time too was everything which was happening. I was living in the States, and was 9/11 in 2001, and I was living in New York State. So it was like a lot of things were watering. Yes. So it's how to come out of that, and not to get paralyzed and constricted and feeling. So it was very, this love, to cultivate joy, is what gives us the capacity to face suffering and to face the difficulty, what's happening. So it goes, you see, we say, my joy and pain are one. It's not, okay, I'm going only to be joyful, and then my pain, so sometimes, oh no, I need to push my pain away to be joyful, or if I'm joyful, I don't. No, they are not separated. They are one. So even if I have pain, but I have joy at the same time, and the joy will help me to to hold the pain. So it's really, and there is this beautiful poem from our teacher. It's called, and then we sing it. It's please call me by my true name. My joy, like spring so warm, it makes a flower bloom all over the earth. My pain is like an ocean of tears. It fills the four ocean. Please call me by my true name, so I can hear all my cries and laughter at once, so I can see that my joy and pain are one. Please call me by my true name, so I can wake up and leave the door of my heart open, the door of compassion. So it's like really how to slowly to recognize, okay, I have suffering, and then embrace the suffering, take care, and then nurture the joy. Put ourselves in contact with joy to really be able to hold the suffering which is there. So, and a lot of things can bring us a lot of joy. You know, if you look at the nature, animals. So, and one thing which is, and when we have joy, so there is a joy, the excited joy, you know, the joy where you feel some excitement, which is wonderful. You know, you play, you're very joyful. And then there is a joy of peace and contentment inside. There is something inside is like, you know, you feel contented with your life. So, and so we can see it's like to re-examine our relationship with life, our relationship with other people, our relationship with ourselves. And one thing is a practice which really qualities that help us to have joy is a practice of to appreciate everything and to have more gratitude for for life, all the gifts that we receive from Mother Earth, from people around us. So is to see, oh, I'm losing my joy. I don't feel joy. And then it's to look, maybe we take everything for granted. And so we can come back to the practice, oh, I'm appreciating. You see my sister at the bell this morning, the flowers here, you see. So I really appreciate that. And then the feeling of gratitude comes up. So, wow. Sorry to keep you so long. But I go to the four aspect, which is upeksha, equanimity, inclusiveness, how to be able to include everything. So, and just the example is here we see, if you look, we have a bamboo grove here on your right, a beautiful bamboo grove. So if you observe the bamboo, you see they look as a separate, they look like, if you look at the bamboo. Do you think they are separate trees? They are separate, I don't know if we can call them trees, but they are bamboo trees. Do you think they are separate? What do you think? Don't know? You don't know? Maybe you need to dig and to see. And bamboo, they have the characteristic, you know, they in the spring, they come out and they grow very quickly. And they are very good to eat. You see, so it's like... sister is when the spring, the season now they start to be a bit too high, but some of them, so you can remove them, you know, from the ground quite easily, and then you eat the bamboo shoot. It's very good, not too healthy, because it's very good. It's to eat with moderation. But the bamboo, you know, is quite an extraordinary plant, you know, the bamboo, because you can make a lot of things from bamboo. You can eat them. I know it's late, yeah. Yeah, you can, it's okay. So they look separate, but in fact they are not. If you dig, then you're going to see their roots are all interconnected. So they are all interconnected, and they support each other, the bamboo. So, and they know how to share resource, water, etc. So the bamboo, they have the wisdom of non-discrimination and interconnectedness. So it's the wisdom of interbeing. You probably heard this word that our teacher would interbeing. So that they are not separated, and they show us, they seem to be like that, and we seem to be like that, all of us. We seem, okay, this is my sister Nintung, sister Kung Oi, sister Yukrai, Stephanie, Kung Yu, this like that. We all separated like that. But in fact, we are not. We are not, we are all interconnected. We interact, we are interdependent. So it's quite something fascinating to open ourselves to and to discover. And when we feel like that, we have this, we remove this wrong view of being separated. If we remove this wrong view that we are this interbeing aspect, and then we discover a true love, then we can include everyone and everything in our heart, like Mother Earth does. But with the wrong view, you can see, with the wrong view, that we are all separated, then we want to destroy, or these people are my enemy, I destroy. We want to kill, want to push away. But if we come back to this reality, we are not separated. We are not separated. So equanimity. And in this way, when we discover that, when we're going to love everyone, we're going to love everyone equally. So I will finish with a sentence of our teacher. So Tai is saying, in order to have equanimity, you must truly have loving kindness and compassion. Compassion helps you to understand that person's difficulties and suffering. And once you understand, you can accept. By understanding that person's difficulties and suffering, you can accept them. And if you have accepted them, then you open the door. And if you are not able to accept them yet, then the door remains closed. The door to your heart has to open, and only then your love becomes like the Buddha's love. So it's slowly we open the door, gently, slowly, with patience, and little by little the door of our hearts open more and more, and coming like the immeasurable minds. So our minds expand. So instead of small minds saying we are separated, no, it's like become, and then with the practice we open more and more. So, yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I wish you a wonderful day and enjoying. We will have walking meditation, and please enjoy the day.